A tiny stray, ignored by everyone, becomes the city's last hope. But would her courage be enough to save millions? What she sacrifices will leave you speechless. Emerald City had always been a symbol of harmony. Its streets buzzed with laughter, its parks filled with families enjoying peaceful evenings. But one fateful night, everything changed. A monstrous, unrelenting robotic beast descended upon the city, tearing through neighborhoods like paper. People screamed as buildings collapsed, and the sky turned dark with smoke and ash. Chaos reigned. As panic spread, no one noticed a small gray tabby cat crouching in the shadows. Her name was Luna, a stray who had always been overlooked by the world. But on this night, Luna would rise, showing the city that heroes don't always wear capes. The invincible robotic beast, controlled by the mysterious villain called Shadow Master, was no ordinary threat. Its eyes glowed red, scanning for its next target, while its metallic limbs crushed everything in its path. The police and military tried everything: guns, explosives, even advanced technology. But nothing worked. Shadow Master's machine was too powerful, too destructive. Meanwhile, Luna's life was no less difficult. She had spent years surviving on scraps, hiding from humans who saw her as nothing more than a nuisance. Her life was one of quiet suffering, until this moment. As the city burned around her, Luna saw something that changed her forever. A child's terrified scream cut through the night. Luna turned to see a little boy trapped under a collapsed balcony. Smoke surrounded him as flames crept closer. Without a second thought, Luna dashed forward. She clawed and bit at the debris, using every ounce of her strength until the boy was free. He looked at her with wide, tear-filled eyes. "Thank you," he whispered before running towards safety. That moment lit a fire in Luna. She couldn't just stand by. She had to do more. As Luna navigated the wreckage, she came across an underground lab, a place hidden beneath the city for decades. Inside was Dr. Harper, a brilliant but reclusive scientist. She had been watching Luna's act of bravery through surveillance cameras. "You're extraordinary," Dr. Harper murmured, kneeling to meet Luna's eyes. "You've got the heart of a hero. I can help you, but it will come at a cost." Luna didn't understand the words, but she felt the gravity in the doctor's voice. Moments later, Dr. Harper attached a sleek, glowing collar around Luna's neck. "This will give you strength, speed, and agility beyond anything you've ever known. But every time you use it, it will drain your energy. Too much, and you may not survive." Luna looked at the doctor, her eyes burning with determination. She didn't care about the risks. She only knew she had to help. Armed with her new powers, Luna leapt into action. She became a blur, zipping through the city, saving lives one after another. She stopped falling buildings, guided families to safety, and even fought off smaller robotic creatures sent by Shadow Master to spread terror. But as the hours passed, the toll on her body became evident. Luna's movements grew slower. Her breathing became labored. Dr. Harper watched in agony from her lab, pleading through her communicator. "Luna, you need to rest. You're pushing yourself too far." Luna ignored the warnings. She couldn't stop, not while the city still needed her. The final showdown came at dawn. The robotic beast stood in the heart of the city, surrounded by flames and rubble. Shadow Master's voice echoed through the air. "You've caused enough trouble, little cat. Now you'll face the full force of my creation." Luna stood her ground, her small frame dwarfed by the towering machine. She knew this was her last chance. The glowing core on the beast's back was its weak spot, but reaching it would be nearly impossible. With a deep breath, Luna launched herself toward the machine. She darted between its crushing limbs, narrowly avoiding each deadly strike. Her heart pounded faster with every leap, her strength waning. Finally, she reached the beast's back, clinging to its metallic surface as it thrashed violently. Just as she prepared to attack the core, the machine spun, throwing Luna to the ground. She landed hard, the glow from her collar flickering. The crowd watching from a distance gasped, their hope fading. Dr. Harper's voice broke through Luna's earpiece. "Luna, you don't have to do this. You've already done so much. Please, come back." But Luna's eyes remained fixed on the core. Summoning every ounce of her strength, she leapt one final time, digging her claws into the machine's back. She reached the core, and with a ferocious growl, tore it out. The beast collapsed in a deafening crash, its red eyes dimming. The city fell silent, then erupted in cheers. But Luna lay motionless, her tiny body battered and still. Dr. Harper rushed to the scene, tears streaming down her face as she cradled Luna in her arms. "Don't leave me, Luna," she whispered, for what felt like an eternity. There was no response. Then, Luna's eyes fluttered open. She let out a weak meow, as if to say, "Did we win?" The city's residents surrounded her, their cheers turning to hushed awe. They realized their savior wasn't a superhero in the traditional sense, but a stray cat who had given everything to protect them. Emerald City declared Luna its guardian. Statues were built in her honor, and her story became a symbol of courage and sacrifice. But for Luna, it wasn't about recognition. She had found her purpose. Luna's story reminds us that true heroes come in all shapes and sizes. If this tale moved you, hit that subscribe button and join us for more stories of courage and heart. Let's honor Luna by spreading her legacy far and wide.